Welcome back to the show. I'm Michael Rozbruch, Taxman. You know, a lot of people ask me, and I get this question all the time from colleagues, from clients, from friends and family. And they say, you know what would happen if we just had a flat tax? Well, one thing that would happen is you see these weapons of mass destruction. These are the things that the IRS beat you over the head with. This is the Internal Revenue Code. 2 volumes, I don't know, it's about 18,000 pages. This would go bye-bye. That would no longer needed to be referenced. What I envision in a flat tax, and I think it would be the definite way to go, is just charge everybody, no matter how much money you make, 15% of what you earn. No deductions whatsoever. No deductions for home interest mortgage, no deductions for property taxes, no deductions, no credits, no loopholes, no nothing. If you had a family of 1 or a family of 12, everybody pays the same flat 15% on income. You would reduce all the forms, you know, to do a 1040 form today, if you have a house, etc., and a small business, you're filing 20 forms with the IRS, and you have to pay somebody to do that, more than likely. Well, with a 15% flat tax, I envision 1 form, 1 piece of paper, 10 lines or less. You state what your income is. You get a credit for the withholding. If you're employed by an employer and they took money out, you still get that credit, of course. And then you pay in whatever the difference is, up to 15% of your income. Just think about it. All these tax firms and tax lawyers and accounting firms, they would still exist, but to a much lesser extent with regard to doing the tax preparation part of their business. I mean, the IRS would collect probably twice as much as they normally collect. In a good year, prior to the recession of 2008, 2009, tax receipts were about $2.7 trillion. Today, that figure is about $2.1, $2.2 trillion. Over $500 billion has been reduced out of the IRS's coffers due to the economy and the recession. Well, if everybody just paid a 15% flat tax, and I haven't computed how much the total receipts would be, but I'll tell you this, my gut tells me it would be a lot more than $2.7 trillion, because you wouldn't be allowed deductions, you wouldn't be allowed credits, you wouldn't be allowed exemptions, and that would be the way to go. A lot of people also ask me, well, would you exist anymore? You know, remember, we do tax problem resolution work, and my answer to them is yes, I think so, maybe to a lesser extent, but whenever there's a governmental agency in charge of collecting taxes from the American public, whether that's 15% flat tax or whether it's our current system, there will always be a need for someone to negotiate or mediate and hammer out a settlement between the consumer and the taxing and the governmental agency. Because whenever money changes hands between the consumer and the government, naturally, people are not going to pay, or they won't be able to pay. But a lot more people will be able to pay. You know, think of it, 47, 48, almost 50% of this country doesn't pay any federal income tax. By instituting a flat tax of 15%, half the country who's not paying anything all of a sudden is going to be paying 15% of what they earn. And I think that is the way that this country can get back on track, be the superpower in economics that we once were, even though they say we still are, but we're declining, folks. And that's one way to restore our financial strength, our national security. You know, the main thing is to have a secure country, a secure national security, is to make sure our economy is strong as well. And this is one way to ensure that. I'm probably going to be getting a lot of emails after this episode airs, but I'm ready to take them on, because I truly believe that's the way that this country can strengthen itself and be on the right track with regard to everything. Now, these volumes of the Internal Revenue Code, and it's in a nice purple this year. We get these twice a year and they change the colors. But there is so much gobbledygook in this. I mean, you need lawyers upon lawyers upon lawyers to even figure out what's in there. And to simplify things would definitely be the way to go. But again, if you do owe money and you can't pay, there are solutions to every problem. Like I said, offers and compromise, partial pay installment agreements, lien removal, wage garnishments lifted, innocent spouse defense, audit representation. So all those are available and would always be available to you. So don't go away, stay tuned. We have a lot more in store for you. And this is the Taxman Show. Until next time, this is Michael Rozbruch signing off. You know, one of the things that when half the country who's not paying taxes all of a sudden are paying taxes, they'll have a vested interest in the services that they receive or the services that go to less fortunate people. If everybody has some skin in the game, some stake in what they're paying, I think the discourse, the national discourse, the bar would be raised. And I just think it would be better for the country, better for consumers, better for everybody.